Horrible things have been happening lately, but at least there haven't been any elections. Elections are the worst. They really depress me. They tear me up. Any other time or event, I can sit back and discuss irresponsibly the evils of mankind and the stupidity of all humanity. I could go on about that for hours, how deplorable it is. But in an election, I'm involved. I'm a part of it. I share the blame. And I resent that. As I said, though, we haven't had an election for a while, and I'm mighty glad about that. Unfortunately, that doesn't stop me from thinking about elections, occasionally, entertaining a sort of low-level dread. And the last time I thought about elections, for some unaccountable reason, I fixed on celebrity endorsements. No question, these are among the most objectionable parts of any election. Actors and athletes will come out in favor of so-and-so, which should be meaningless, an empty gesture, because the actors and athletes clearly have no idea what it takes to run a country or to enter into a diplomatic relation, but they do this anyway. They show up at a fundraiser and say their candidate is the best. And do you know what? It seems to work. People take them seriously, as if they do have an insight into how a government functions. It's almost like voodoo. Celebrity endorsements do have an effect. Of all the celebrities who scurry into the daylight come election time, musicians are the oddest. Musicians are flighty, unpredictable creatures to begin with. What business they have getting involved in politics, I don't know. And if they did make an endorsement, you'd think it would be a kiss of death, since the public would know that the lady with the purple hair, extensive tattoo display, and multiple piercings thinks that this candidate would make a lovely president. Someone tell me how that works. Or let's take a guy, he's the lead singer for a band called Silk Slingshot. They're a heavy metal rap band, and they're on a world tour. One night in Stuttgart, Germany, the lead singer falls off the stage. He breaks a leg, several ribs, hits his head, he's in a coma. Doctors don't know if he'll survive. After a week, he comes out of it. He's alive, and he's speaking in tongues. He says he saw God, he spoke with God, they talked for a week, and he's filled with a new spiritual reality. He's a new man. He's still the lead singer for Silk Slingshot, playing heavy metal rap. The world tour resumes, and he lives on a diet of drugs and groupies. That doesn't change, but now he's shaved his head, and all his songs are about the meaning of life, how humanity is one big family, and we as individuals are all made up of spiritual building blocks called dividenda. And when an election comes around, the world tour is over, he's back in the States, and he comes out for a candidate. And he and the boss and Elton and Willie Nelson all play in a benefit concert to raise money and awareness for this candidate. It shouldn't work. Common sense should tell you that this should be backfire, but it does work. Thousands of people show up lighting candles to hear the music and support their candidate with the money, their love, and their votes. Myself, I don't think I'm influenced, politically at least, by someone like this. Maybe they're targeting an age group, say 18 to 21. That's a lot of votes right there. And those people tend to be, not to say gullible, let's say impressionable and more easily swayed. I know how to put a stop to it. We could flip it around and ask all the politicians to sing. Instead of a big debate, they'd have a concert. That would end it. Or maybe not. They'd probably release a live CD of all of them singing We Are the World, and it would be a big hit. For me, if a bunch of electricians or plumbers or carpenters, tradesmen got together and did some work to support a candidate, draw attention to them, then I'd be more inclined to take notice, maybe even participate, because I think these people know what they're doing. They know how things work, and I respect that. Unfortunately, because they do know how things work, people like that tend to avoid politics like the lethal biohazard it is.